no, it's only no. Echo, echo. Nie widzę.
Hello and welcome at the another game of European Men's Lacrosse Championships 2025 in Wrocław. We are about to watch the matchup between Croatia designated home team and visiting team España. Both teams are now ready. We're at the field number 3 called Mikołaj Kopernik field, and we're about to see the matchup between those two teams. We're still waiting for the referees, and the ball is down, so we're about to see the first face-off of the game, which is won by Team Spain. Illegal procedure.
Meets.
And the ball goes wide to Team Hrvatska.
Movie.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh, no, excuse me. The ball goes red for Team España. Now with the ball, player number 22, Antonio Llorente. Llorente passes it to the X and ball back to Llorente. Number 21, Grifon Gurin, one of the best scorers in the team. Number 5, Matthew Arias. Back to Gurin. Llorente behind the goal to Bota. And the Spain players are just working the ball around the Croatian goal. Running play by number 5.
I don't know about that being a trip right there, but
yeah, I think
it
wasn't intentionally.
Came in, player down, so we're going to see Croatia get a man-up opportunity here to open up. Certainly goals are a premium as they go.
It will be the Spain man up.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah,
Spain,
that's okay.
man up.
So we have a special situation for both teams. Man down for Team Croatia and man up for Team Spain.
Croatia opened up in a box and one here. I see a little 3-3 spread coming out from Spain. I think, the early indicators are that the team has a lot more talent than maybe you might think from a younger team. Certainly you can see the well-executed man up here. I like to see the motion as they're working through here.
And a shot and a goal. Number 31, Ismael Asad El Bargui Ramiro. Long name, that's a specialty for Team Spain in every sport.
Nice little bounce there. It's such a challenge to stop those type of shots. I think it's a great call there because you can see as they moved it around, they take the outside shot. Quite nice from them.
If we see at the previous game of Team Spain, they won with Ukraine, lost to Poland, lost to Czechia and to Spain, to Germany, excuse me. So they have 1 win and 3 losses so far.
I mean, if you think about this, though, as a number 4 seed, so to speak, they're showing potential and the need to maybe just want a little bit of gelling. Certainly looked nice off the start. Nice face-off draw there.
Croatia had only 3 games before this one. They have lost to Ireland, won with Sweden, and lost to Wales. So both teams had some wins, had some losses. Let's see how it will look like in a few next minutes. Another running play by number 5 and a shot
goal.
And a goal. Yes, Matthew Craig Napolitanos Arias. That's the goal scorer now for Team Spain, as the scoreboard should show us 0 for Croatia and 2 points for Spain. Just a regular running goal. He just made a split dodge, came to the...
You know what, though? I think it just indicates this level of confidence that comes with us when we're dealing with these games, that it's easy to forget the fact that playing on the world stage, playing against other countries, that players clamp up. Clearly, some players have gotten very comfortable and liked that stage. Yet another face-off win for Spain.
So pulling it out. Instead of Luis Ferrer. Luis Ferrer is bringing it down the field. Passing behind the goal to Bota. Ball back to Napolitano. And they're doing it patiently, just waiting for all of the players to substitute. So we have some fresh legs on the field in Team Spain. Ball is back on the wing to Napolitanos Arias.
I believe Napolitano has been a little bit of their offensive engine as this has gone along.
It kind of looks like, also I remember from the previous game, number 21, Griffin Gurin, who's also very talented and also likes to have the ball in the stick and run some offense. They're running,
Tough split dodge there, went down, but it's still a possession. Flipped it to himself and then has an opportunity for Croatia to clear the ball. Nice clear from Croatia. Honestly, it almost looked like an errant pass to me, and the player came out of nowhere to pick that one up. Nice little look there. You know, for a team like Croatia, I think you down 2-0, you really want to settle in. It's so important for these teams that are younger, maybe have a little less time in the box or time playing field lacrosse, to settle in and play offense.
So they're trying to play some, offensive play. Now the ball is in stick of number 11, Christian Kapetanovic.
We're seeing a little bit of a lock-off. I believe the thought process here is that they're going to lock off adjacents, force any one player to prove they can dodge. And honestly, very nice dodge here. Uses a lot of space, improving himself. Ran through a random check there on his player, but
I like how they're choosing their opponents to dodge on, mostly short sticks, but now number 20, John Brennan, is trying to outrun the
John Brennan took a shot there. I do believe it was a turnover. I don't know if they had the backup there for Croatia. Maybe a little bit surprised to their own players. Spain with the clear right now.
As we were looking at talking about the guys who can score on Team Spain, I was just checking that in the 5 games, John Botta got 6 goals and 3 assists. Griffin Gurin, 6 goals, 2 assists, and the guy we said about Napolitanos Arias, 6 goals and 2 assists. So they've got like 3 players who really know how to find the way to the net.
You know, in these type of matchups, I think patience is going to be key for Spain. They do not want to be giving Croatia an opportunity if they're able to smother it. They have a lead. It may seem early, but quite frankly, in a running clock style of tournament, I think it's important for them to just maintain that lead, continue to apply pressure as needed.
Napolitanos Arias with another running play. He puts the ball back.
A little uncomfortable, his little reception, but he's back in Spain possession.
Griffin Gurin couldn't catch the ball, so it goes. It was just another ground ball picked up by Napolitano.
Napolitano showing his comfort. Really nice pass there.
Pass to Botta, one of the other scorers. So number 1, number 5, and number 21 are the best shooters.
I do think what you're seeing, though, as it goes around, that there's a level of comfort that the players in Spain need to receive. Looks like they're set up in a 1-4-1, a little bit of a transition, maybe a 2-3-2, depending on what Napolitano wants to transition from.
And a shot by number 5, Matthew Craig Napolitanos Arias, goes off the pipe, off the crossbar, but also a great shot after a running play. What we saw a few seconds before when the ball was dropped is what I love, when the players just after dropping the ball, they don't lose their mind, they don't look into their feet, they just fight for the ball to get it back, and it capitalized here as they got another opportunity and the ball hit the crossbar.
I think that Napolitano needs to maybe move a little bit when he says the off-ball play. Oh, what a nice move.
And Griffin Gurin, number 21, we've been also talking
entirely created by the off-ball movement. Just beautiful. Yes. Napolitano freezes the defender. Griffin swings in underneath that defender for a very clean look. And this has been a key for these teams. You know, you cannot expect any one person to sort of driving this. If they're able to find those off-ball players, and those off players are actually moving their feet, you've just seen teams. I got an opportunity to watch Team England, just amazing off-ball movement. Quite right. And we're not at the face now. We're looking at a 3-0 score.
Yes, Team Spain is taking an early lead. And
Spain wins the face-off with a little bit of a break.
Shot by number 20.
That is a very nice stop by the goalkeeper there from Croatia.
Yes, that's true. Worth mentioning number 49, Tomasz Trgo from Croatia. Did a tremendous job now.
Stop, I have no idea. He looks like he's carrying paper. Maybe left his notes on the field. Not quite sure.
Once again, Team Spain with the ball. They're just working it around. Another time in Griffon Guring's stick. Back to Fernando Sierra. Down to Napolitano and then to Bota behind the goal. And they're doing another circle around. Number 40, Javier Martinez. To Napolitano, to Bota. They're taking the time. They're preparing their offense to run. The slide was drawn and the shot was made, and another time Tomasz Trgo stopped the ball from coming into the goal of Team Croatia, and now
Croatia's
the ball goes
defender,
other
I
side.
think I like watching this. You know, I've been watching a couple tournament names now. The defender just very aggressively gets the ball cleared. There is no clock or time clock here for them to get into the box, or otherwise international lacrosse. We've talked about international lacrosse.
Oh, wow, the great move by Croatian player number 13, Michael Brennan. Is there a penalty?
A call?
Nope.
On the crease? So we saw Croatia have a very nice offensive possession there, and unfortunately, ball came out quite at the end. Nice little dodge to the crease.
So that was probably violating the crease by one of the Croatian players. That's why the ball is awarded to Team Spain.
Again, beautiful clear from Spain, very quick and clean, getting it down the field. And this is, I think, key for Spain. You don't want to enable Croatia to get into the game. You got a 3-0 score. You want to apply pressure along the way. Croatia has shown their ability to get the ball up and down the field. And so you do not want to be playing back and forth.
But once again, I was about to say they're building their offense patiently, but the ball was dropped.
We thought it was a solid ride. See a hold call on Spain. Clearly, I thought it was more of a okay check, but it's all right. The refs have to make their discretion here.
So number 40 is on the bench.
A 4-4, we have not seen a lot of calls. I think it's fair to say. The refs have held it in. It's not been a physical game thus far. I think it's everyone trying to find their spots. Croatia trying to get on the board. Running a little bit of an open set here. They're sending a man in.
Michael Brennan passes the ball up the field to John Brennan. And the ball gets back to Michael, who's just looking for opportunity to feed one of the shooters. And a shot by number 32, Ryan Gorup. But the shot goes wide. It's backed up by Christian Kapetanovic. Michael Brennan with the ball. Now we're even. The man-up ended. And a shot by Michael Brennan, stopped by Spanish goalie number 15, Paul Alejandro Walter Diaz.
Nice possession there from Croatia. I think it's a challenge. You want to continue to press. You want those possessions to be long. But all the same, 2:55 left before the end of the first
quarter. Yes, that's true. It's all the like maybe not a problem, but an issue that many coaches have to deal with. Players very often want to rush and to cut their opponent's lead with just scoring the goal quickly, but it's also very risky. So every coach I knew just said, be patient. But I think the flag is down, so there's going to be a penalty against Team Croatia.
Spain taking advantage of that opportunity, hopefully. You see them working the ball around. Currently a little bit, ball down onto the ground, so with the rep ball in the play dead, heading into the penalty now.
After the pass from Antonio Lorente.
A little bit different, I believe. It's worth mentioning in terms of when the player sits international ball, they consider the clock started. And we're playing in a running clock game, so the clock is running as Spain comes onto the field, which is why these man-up opportunities, I think, frequently feel so short. Player sits down in the seat, clock starts. It's up to Spain to take advantage of that opportunity.
They should be smart enough to, yes, as you say, rush to start the play, but then not rush with the ball. Just work around the goal to find a player. Oh,
Very
what a
nice
great
intercept by
interception.
Croatia's defender. Stepping into the lane there.
It was number 9, Dominik Eric.
In Spain, I see 2 players down. I think maybe a little ticky-tack. Spain player down. All the same, got them moving along. Back on the man up, getting back into their set. See Spain doing a nice job of moving around. Oh, very nice goal. Using the ball movement as well as a bounce shot to take it in. I believe that is not 25, there's 25 here. So we have Fernando Martinez Sierra, I believe, has the goal there.
Fernando Martinez Sierra, let me check. It should be, yes, number 25, one of the players from Team Spain. Big congratulations for putting himself in the...
Does an excellent job there of using the turf when you are not playing. So the fields here over at Wrocław, Poland are a mix of 2 grass fields as well as 1 turf field. So the players that are looking to shoot, there's a difference, obviously, in playing off the grass and the turf relative to those style of shots. He did a very nice job making sure he just applied the right angle there. Hits it under the bar. Politano and Spain with the ball with another possession. As I mentioned, the turf, right away Politano slips down, but slips around his defender and slips around and lets it go. I think he wanted to let me know the grass is just fine.
No, he just wanted us to know that even if he falls, he can
score another goal, quite frankly.
For Matthew Napolitano, number 5, it's his first time on the championships competition. But the previous player who scored the goal, Fernando Martinez, is playing for Team Spain since 2014, since Denver, and he's a team captain, one of the captains now. So big.
So we have a 5-0 score here now for Spain over Croatia. I love to hear the Spain fans cheering on the sideline. One of the best parts of international lacrosse, seeing the fans kind of embrace their countries. And we're rolling down here. Spain has picked up yet another possession. They're showing dominance in the face-off. I think there's maybe a timeout called right now.
Yes, probably it was a time called for one of the teams. We have less than 2 minutes left in this game, so left in this period, or is just a, maybe it's a water break, because now with temperatures so high in Wrocław, it's so hot that referees can make hydration breaks for every player to get themselves some water to keep themselves safe and sound in spite of this kind of high temperatures now, because we're in the middle of summer in Poland.
Happy to see some active commentary amongst the chat and the fans. Like seeing these people internationally watching everything. Honestly, I think this has been, through group play, I think it's met all of our expectations so far, Marcin. I think we want to see players out there competing, representing their countries, the fans engaged, families obviously out there. Nice mix of players representing their heritage along with players domestically playing. It's 24 countries, you know, quite impressive. I think it's been a step up. We've been talking about this amongst the other commentators. We're looking at a sport within Europe that it went from in 2010 having maybe, I think only 10, 15 countries overall show up for world championships. Maybe it was 30. And now we're looking at almost 30 countries in Europe alone competing just for their spot.
Now you have to qualify for the World Championships. There are so many countries eager to play in them. I remember when we were starting as a national team, Team Poland in Manchester 2010. We were just qualified there because we were eager to play and eligible to play. And now, in example, European Men's Lacrosse Championships are serving also as the qualifiers for the World Championships in Japan 2027.
But good as a World Lacrosse, I think that, you know, as we watch Croatia, Spain, teams that are not within that top 7 coming out of Europe that will qualify for Japan, creating a Division II, making sure that we are continuing this push to expand lacrosse with almost 100 countries now. The Olympics are around the corner on a different format. It's quite fun to watch. Spain winning yet another face-off here. Very solid ball play. Number 50 going straight to goal. And that would have been Javier Garcia. I'm sorry, yes, James Alejandro Campos Bell.
Yes, James Bell was shooting.
I like the pressure applied there. No, not simply sitting back, making sure that they apply that pressure. Spain is making sure that they make the most of their opportunity here. You know, coming out of a very tough bracket, having Germany, Czech Republic, and Poland inside of it, as well as Ukraine. I think really demonstrating the ability to work the ball around and really some good ball handlers. I think we're going to see a lot more as they move along.
And a nice move from our well-known player and a goal scorer, Matthew Napolitano. The ball was saved. No, it was a goal. The referees show the ball went in, so we have to count it as a 6th goal for Team Spain, scored probably by number 5, Matthew Sarias Napolitano.
I don't have words because that was as confusing as the rest of us.
Yeah, so
certainly the Hrvatski fans are feeling a little bit of anger, and not much we can do about it on that side. I think that it's I'm sure they're expressing their feelings vividly to the referees.
The referees were closer to the goal, so they probably saw it perfectly. So now we know that the ball came into the cage, guarded by the Croatian goalkeeper Tomáš Trgo. We have a goal on the scoreboard.
6-0 still in the favor of Spain. Another tough face-off. Croatia picks it up here. Nice, looking for fast break. I like the ball movement for them to open up. Spain does a great job of recovering there. I think we've seen the ball moving around there. Oh, nice around off the referee. I've not seen that so far this far tournament. Normally with a ball that went out and Croatia would have been in place, but it bounced off the referee, came back into play, and Spain took it up the field.
And Spain's the ball is back in Spanish
offensive territory.
Offensive territory, yes. And there is John Botta, who's showing himself being such a free player now without any guidance of the defense, but his friends, they want to make it more patient, which I like.
Griffin Harry Gwynn has the ball here. He is in the competition for best flow of the tournament. He is working that ball around. I'm going to Candido Gomez. See the ball working around there. Spain, you know, with a 6-0 lead in the second, I think it works to their advantage. Working the ball around, killing some clock, making sure they pick the spot they want. And we see a dodge now from Candido Gomez. Ball working around this by Campeonato Ramiro. Little attempt there right now by Griffin Haranguren. I believe he was just kind of pick a far side post, maybe taking the step down on there. But again, maintain possession with the man back being for Spain. Ball working around. It is Matthew Craig Napolitano Salas. I look down, and in a moment, John Matthew Boda, I think, blinked up the ball and put that one around there. The Spanish fans letting us know the Ole chant. Very nice to see. Gotta love that portion of international lacrosse. 11 minutes now. We're looking at a 7-0 score. Spain in the second period. Spain looking to take another face-off. Croatia looking to stem the bleeding. We've seen some face-offs won by Croatia. I think getting a solid offensive possession has been a challenge. Spain has proven to be stifling the defense to them. Spain picking up yet another face-off. Clean draw by number 23, Luis Cordero Ferreira. I think it's a underappreciated portion of the field lacrosse game, that the ability to maintain possession via the face-off. If you want to make a comeback, it is hard without a shot clock, which we expect next year, to do that, because you gain the possession. Teams are taught to be patient. We have been told that looking next year, we're going to be looking at a 90-second shot clock off that face and about 60 on the offensive. And we believe that will pick up the pace, prevent a little bit of the stalls. Right now, it is a referee discretion if they believe that people are stalling to go to a stall call. We think it's going to make for a faster-paced game and put a premium on that sort of pace heading into sixes. Marcin, how do you feel?
Really nicely moved around.
Beautiful.
And a great skip pass to
Javier
Martinez, who just had a great opportunity to make a real nice shot with his hands free, but the ball goes over the cage of Team Croatia.
Napolitano, I believe, is back there. Yeah, so we have Napolitano back there. So curious, Martin, your feeling on sixes as we go through. What
and
a beautiful feed!
Yes, feed for number
John
1, John Botta.
put it down. When you watch that style of play, and the Polish players obviously have an affinity to box, as do the Czech and certain countries. What is your feeling towards the sixes game here? The field players obviously picking up specialties like face-off and long poles. I'd love to hear your thought process on, you like it, love it, just rolling with the punches as we go through. Obviously, Olympics are around the corner. It's pretty exciting times here for the lacrosse community.
First of all, let's just say that player number 1, John Botta, the latest goal scorer, is a former college captain who scored over 150 points during his college career. So he definitely
prolific, as we may say.
Yes, he knows how to score. And coming back to sixes, yes, it's just another form of lacrosse. It's like the differences between box and the field, which are like 2 other sports. That's the same in many other sports. Like, an example, you have a regular basketball and a 3-on-3 basketball play with the smaller ball and some other rules. There's a regular football and a futsal, as we call it, the inside indoor football. So there are like many sports who different each one a little bit, and I think it's to compare, it would be the best to compare this lacrosse sixes to other Olympic sport variation, to the rugby sevens, which we usually play rugby as the rugby union 15 players aside, the rugby league 13 players aside, and now we have also the rugby sevens in the Olympic games. So I think it's gonna be a very big.
I love your example. I think when I'm watching in with, I was talking earlier with one of the other commentators, and he compared it to rugby sevens.
Yeah.
I, in fact, was thinking about cricket in a reduced form of cricket being one of those styles.
Yes, there's one day games. Yeah, to be honest, when you're talking about, like, an example, face-off guys or the long post, that's true. Like, an example, in my opinion, the best position, the most wanted position, is a very strong shot stick defensive midi in those sixes. The guy who can really
I could not
defend
agree
perfectly.
more. You and I, having experienced 2023 World Championships, I do believe the short stick midfielder may be the most underappreciated
Yes.
position, and certainly. My opinion is that the United States' dominance over Canada that showed up, well, maybe associated to Brendan O'Neill and sending attackmen out of the midfield. I think more importantly, we want the short stick midfielders, and we've seen this throughout the tournament. People will target the short stick midfielders. It's going to happen in sixes. It's going to happen in box. If you have a weak player amongst your six or on the field,
He's going to be dodged on.
It's going to be dodged on. It's just that
and
simple.
a nice shot after the quick stick, great pass to John Botta, quick stick attempt, but it was really well guarded.
Spain doing a wonderful job making sure they collect those ground balls.
Yeah.
That, even if there's a quick shot or transition, they are dominating time of possession here. They are making sure that they kind of suffocate Croatia. For Croatia to break out of a stronghold like this, they're going to need either a fast break or a break out of a face-off to really get on the board quickly and change the flow. Wonderful
nice
style
pass,
feed
nice
there.
Pass feed from Luis Ferrer. It's with the ball possessions. What also many coaches say that. According to the law of physics, ball cannot bilocate. So if you have it in your stick, the opponent can score.
I love that.
So you have to fight for every ground ball as the team Spain does. So they're not getting very often out of the offensive end of the field for their team. So that's why also the team Croatia cannot capitalize a lot. And they're still 0 on their side of the scoreboard.
Croatia's goalie picks up the ball after a shot in deflection. We're looking for them to try to attempt for a clear. Another unique aspect here, you see the individual ability to take patience but also go on there. Croatia racing down the field. Fast break up and a goal for Croatia. And as I mentioned earlier, these are the type of goals that are so important when you're trying to play the underdog role and come back into it. Croatia does a wonderful job of keeping their spacing on the fast break and just putting that through. It can't be said enough when you're reaching a level like international lacrosse. The goalie, if he's staring you down, it's hard to beat that goalie. So it's so important to drive, make the goalie quickly move his feet, and then potentially put that ball through. And a wonderful job by Croatia in there.
the goal scorer number 32, Ryan Gorup, is one of the best experienced players in the roster of Team Croatia. He plays lacrosse for 26 years. Only Tomasz Trgo, the goalie, is playing lacrosse for 28 years. He's very well experienced. So
see face. I'm not sure the call on the face, but they do hand it over to Spain. Thought that was a pretty good face on both sides. I was a little bit surprised by the ref blowing it early, but it is okay. Ball moving now with Spain. With an 8-1 score, I think, in the second period, Spain wants to be smart here. They don't want to give another score, suddenly it feels like there's a run heading in there. Nice and patient play, working the ball around. Bonatano with the ball. Taking a drive against the pole. Ball working around. I like this from Spain. I think there's a goal, take a moment, collect yourselves, work the ball around, get a feel and touch for everybody. Again, nice cut there, but the field sense to pull the ball back out to Napolitano and work it back around, it really demonstrates a patience from Griffin Harrigan. There isn't a need for them to score goals right now. There is a need for them to score.
And a shot by number 22, Team Spain, Antonio Lorente. It goes really wide and above the goal, but the ball is still
maintain
in the possession
possession.
for red. Yeah, backed up by number 1, John Botta.
It's a weird concept. Again, we talked about sixes earlier. Specific to field lacrosse, because it's closest man to the ball when it goes out, you have every reason to whip that ball as long as you don't want the goalie stop it. And Napolitano took my advice, and he tried to test a far fence, but it's okay.
It's okay because, yes, as you said, if the balls are just protected, backed up the shots by the ex-player, you can just shoot around, and it's always better to aim to the pipe. So if you're wrong and you do not put it in the goal, it still stays in your team sticks. And another shot by...
I see somebody ate a shot there. Nice shot. But to your point, I mean, this is what Spain wants. They're working the ball around. They're either going to clean look, they're going to work it around, and it wears the defense down. As guys move off ball and they move around, Spain has the opportunity to really grind that down. Nice little split dodge, the D guy trying to pick him up here. I see a little bit of a switch.
Yeah, and they're once again waiting.
And you can see that Croatia has actually put 31 and Napolitano with long poles on them. Curious if it's a intentional move or not intentional move. Seems like they are watching up top.
Yeah,
they lost.
31, I was just about to say he got
They
so
definitely
clear.
lost them. They were a little bit of wall watching there by Croatia, but good recovery. And their goalie's played very well. I mean, he's taken a lot of shots, challenging in that scenario. These are long offensive possessions. And I think it's underestimating how much it wears the defense down. Just simply,
yeah, that's true. That's also what we said about possessing the ball. The team Croatia now is consequently non-stop at the defensive zone of the field, so they have to work hard, wear out. The players are getting tired and tired more and more. And the Spain will just capitalize on it, doing another fast.
Notice how Griffin, I really do like how Griffin off ball keeps that stick nice and high in the shooting position, indicating he's ready for it. He wants that feed, giving a target for a player as he cuts. Not enough players, and I coach a lot of youth ball, we see this, we talk about this, giving a target, making sure that you're showing that you're both available and see the ball. Very smart. You can see him looking for the back of the helmet of the player there. As the ball works from X, and Napolitano drives up. Nice feed with Napolitano right up a pole there. And Griffin with Croatia really racing down the field, recognizing the opportunity, showing the legs. I think an excellent clear by Croatia. They're just making sure they get it out there. If I'm these players, I think I'm trying to work.
Nice feed in front of the goal. Yeah,
and while I love the feed, we get an in the crease call there. A little bit tough. It's tough. I like the feed, but at the same time, I think Croatia needed downtime on offense. You know,
Yes.
this is always the challenge of a coach. You tell your kids to be patient. They see these opportunities on fast breaks, but at the same time, you're trying to say, my D needs a rest. They've sat down.
Yes, but for now, we've got 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the second quarter before the halftime. The score is 8 for Spain, 1 for Croatia, and I think personally Croatia really need those goals, and to score some goals they really need the time on offense. So like now, it's their time to utilize the whole 1 minute and almost a half to try to score the goal in the last
Excellent
parts
point.
of the game.
I think Croatia now wants to put it in there.
The ball is in the stick of Tomáš Trgo, the goalie, which I told you before. He's got a 28 years long experience playing lacrosse. One of the most experienced guys in whole Croatian roster. Now the ball is being
midfielder
run
from
by
Croatia
Luka
attempted to
Rogic.
clear it himself.
Oh, he's right. And
Very intelligent play here, making use of the LSM there. But they're going to be taking a timeout. I think that was a timeout from Croatia.
Yes, timeout for Croatia. Just the things you said before a few seconds ago. That's their time to calm down, to find a perfect play for this time. They've got 40 seconds left of the stoppage time, and almost of the stoppage time, because only 30 last seconds are going to be the stoppage time. But they still have plenty of time to score the goal, just to get back on the scoring way, just to make it. Maybe they will cut by scoring the goal difference from 7 to 6 points, which isn't a big improvement, but it can be a very big improvement in their mindset, because they have to get used to play longer possessions.
And along with those lines, I think it's important to point out that, as we go through these timeouts, we go through these possessions, that it's not simply about winning a game, but making sure you're prepped for the next game, because as everyone will play down to a final seeding, and those seedings do have implications. So for Croatia, I think it's important to show that they understand the opportunity to play today, and they're trying to show an improvement in each possession. Certainly the clear has shown me some progress here, and I think on offense, just simply possessing the ball, giving themselves an opportunity, it's something worth mentioning as we go through here. See the teams breaking out from the huddle. Timeout is completed. Refs are getting to their positions. As was mentioned by Marchand before, about 40 seconds left before half. Should be interesting to see how this clears out.
And we're getting back to the game. Yes, 41 seconds, so 11 seconds before the time gets stopped at every whistle. Another ball possession for Team Croatia, really crossing our fingers, holding our thumbs, squeezing them just to see a long, nice possession with many passes from Team Croatia, so they can capitalize on that and score another goal to make the game more interesting. And the running play by number 13, Michael Brennan, pass to his probably brother, the other Brennan, John. And the shot, that's what we said about. But okay, the shot was backed up by the other Croatian player.
I don't know if he was prepped for it, but it was a nice look in terms of just having a bounce and trying to go through. I do like every time they're trying to feed, as long as the crease is still cycling. He's got about 14 seconds.
But yes, that's what they're doing a well off-ball movement. Another shot by Brennan, John Brennan, number 20. And a nice clear by Spanish goalie Paul Diaz. And it's the end of the first half. After 2 of the 4 quarters, the score on the scoreboard is Spain 8, Croatia 1. I hope that in the second half of the game we'll see more ball possession from Team Croatia. They're doing a great work with off-ball movement. I hope it will capitalize and let them score a few goals to get in touch, get in contact with Team Spain.
Okay.
honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
And we're back with the second half of the game between Croatia and Spain. Now, during the European Men's Lacrosse Championships here in Wrocław, it's still a bit hot, but the teams are preparing for the first phase of the second half. The third period is just about to begin. The players are going down. The score is now Spain 8, Croatia 1. We're still hoping for a great game in the second half. We just having the first face-off, first draw, and the ball is picked up by number 17 from Croatia, Bruno Serezovic-Bielic, and the flag is thrown. There's going to be a penalty, I think, against team. Let's see.
I believe Team Spain. It seems that Croatia is moving themselves down towards the offensive end here. Didn't quite see the penalty on there. Kind of wondering. In the box, probably was a little too aggressive against the Poles, trying to gain possession. Let's see if Croatia could take advantage of this opportunity.
Yes, because it's going to be a man up for Team Croatia, because number 27 from Team Spain, Carlos Garcia San Martin, will be serving a penalty. So let's see if with the free possession of the ball, can Croatia capitalize on that. We've been saying that they're doing a great job at the off-ball movement, but sometimes they appear to be like a little bit rushing into the goal.
Good one.
Oh, but that was just a great shot, great opportunity.
Great shot and great save by the goalkeeper there. I think we both agree. Yes, quite nice on both sides there. Cannot blame Croatia for taking that shot. I think he had a nice close sort of.
He gets his hand free. Now the penalty is over, so it was just a perfect moment to perform this shot. Unfortunately, Ryan Gorup, the first goal scorer in this game for Croatia, didn't convert it into the second point for Team Hrvatska, but we'll see. Now the teams are even. The ball is back in the offensive end for Team Spain. Ball is moved around. Now in the stick of Paul Sanchez. Bota behind the goal. Now it's on the wing. And the players from Spain decided to pass.
Palatano is showing his strong hands there. You know, you can kind of see. They know. Oh, what a nice little opportunity for a step down.
But the pass from Antonio Llorente to Griffon Gurin wasn't as accurate as it should be, so the ball is out of bounds, and Team Croatia is...
Croatia very quick to get it down there, and a beautiful little move there. What a save by the goalkeeper of Spain. It's going to draw a penalty. I believe he came a little aggressive on that check there, and I'm not sure if he's giving me a slash or a holding call there.
Paul Alejandro Walter Diaz from Team Spain saved the shot from number 13, Michael Brennan, Croatia. Great save, as you said, but also it was a penalty drawn against Team Spain. So another man-up opportunity from Hrvatska.
Didn't see the call there if it's 30 or a minute, but quick shot by Hrvatski. Before we even get recognized.
Once again, the Russian. The penalty is served by number 50, James Bell. James Alejandro Campos Bell. And what a great clear by the goalie, Paul
I do find it funny the goalie for Spain shows us the normal goalkeepers. They're staring down that goal. Every goalie seems to want to have that one goal on their record. Clears it back out there. Beautiful clear. I think we've seen some shutoffs during this tournament, seen some 10-man rides. The goalie's understanding is not simply about stopping the shot, but also really how to get the ball cleared. Clears are an underappreciated aspect. Certainly when the stop clock gets involved with World Lacrosse, we're going to see more of this. But the ability to move that ball up and down the field quickly, definitively, I do think is going to be a very important aspect.
Yes, it's true. It may be sometimes slightly underrated, but this clear procedure by Paul Diaz was just as good as he is on the goal line. But now another positional play from Team Spain. They're exchanging the passes, working the ball around.
Like Spain working the ball around here, nice and patient. You know, there's a cutter. Napolitano,
and a
nice
shot by Antonio Llorente, number 22, passed to him by Ismail Asad El Barhi Ramiro. And the ball is still inside.
And that's exactly what Spain wants to do. The off-ball cutter, they're sitting on there and just sort of drive down and wear out the Croatian defense.
Griffon Gurin made a great run and tried to shoot to score a goal from the very sharp angle, which he didn't, but also balls once again saved and backed up by his teammates.
Just some nice ball work here by Spain right now. They're settled in. They're running a very simple sort of set, what I would call an open set with one man on the crease. They rotate on and off. They're going to drive down, make sure there's a look, but also take those rips as they can. The man defense of Croatia just wearing them down.
Ball is being worked around the goal once again. So Spain is doing exactly what it should have been looking like also from Team Croatia. So they're just keeping the ball in their pockets, fighting for every ground ball. And I think now if we could have access to the time statistics, is like 75 or even 80% of the time the ball is in the Spain sticks.
You know, a little drive dodge there, tried to get underneath and fell over into the crease. I think it's a little bit challenging here. I think Croatia has been staying at home. Spain did a good job around there. I think they should have stuck with simply working the ball around and taking their rips from the outside as they can. They have the lead. No need to give momentum to Croatia. Let's see if Croatia can now capitalize. They have a midfielder trying to work himself up the field.
Very nice double team in the riding.
The midfielder doing a great job with the ride here, drawing a penalty on the double and on there. It does seem that attackman can never resist throwing that one extra stick.
Oh.
That may not be because I was a former midfielder with that feeling, but I will tell you that the refs here in European lacrosse are a little bit different. You're going to see what may be allowed to go here, a little bit tighter of a game called. And what
nice
a goal from Croatia.
Yes. Number 13, Michael Brennan scores the second goal for Team Croatia.
I've noticed a distinct advantage to players who are willing to sweep with their left or right during the course of the tournament. You know, he shows us that lefty sweep dodge. And I've noticed the teams, especially because we're seeing some box play, as they sweep across the top, players have to respect their ability to feed somebody they're sliding off of, so it really changes it up. Quite nice from Croatia here. Keeping a tight game. It's still an 8-6 game in the third. There's still an opportunity here. You know, nothing's put away, and I do like seeing this.
I am pretty sure that if Team Croatia would have more time on the ball, their scores would definitely in the other way. But there's also a great effort made by Team Spain to protect the ball and to have it for as long as they can to.
But what's needed there, the face-offs are such a critical part of making a comeback. You can see the face-off there by Croatia. Nice little cut. I like the cut by their face-off guy to just simply keep it on there. Too many of the teams I've seen over the course of the tournament are so quick to pull their face-off man and their long stick midi, and it creates double teams and slows it down. But instead, by staying on there for a moment longer, Croatia will take the offensive possession, gets a nice clean look there. Now they're making the change. Let's see, it's not leaving the personnel on. Tough feet on the inside.
But the ball stays white. The referee just, no, excuse me. Yes, it stays white.
Stays with Croatia. Not sure what the call was.
Okay, and the Croatian guys are.
Not a nice look. Tic-tac-toe from Croatia. You like seeing the quick ball movement. He pushes on X immediately, and the wingman makes no mistake passing it back up there. Love that type of quick ball movement from Croatia.
It was a goal scored by number 32, Ryan Gorub, the one of the most experienced players who just puts the goal inside the net of Team Spain. I am each time and constantly saying that they do not protect the ball, they just shoot too fast. But as we can see, sometimes that's just a great decision. This time it was just 2 or 3 passes, nice crispy shot, and it capitalized as the goal, cutting the lead of Team Spain to only 5 points.
I believe we had a box call here. So someone got caught on a box violation, I believe. A little bit surprising there. I did not see it, but all the same happened. Spain with possession right now. You know, you take the face-off wins are such an important aspect. A little tough call there for Croatia. Certainly, I think they've shown that they have the ability to at least split, if not win more than Spain. And that is a respite you need for these type of upsets. 8-3, 5-goal game. We still got 5 minutes, over 5 minutes left in the third. If you're Spain, you want a nice long offensive possession. And what a save by Croatia's goalie right there.
It was a great shot.
By Griffin right there.
By, yes, Griffin Gurin. And
Spain maintaining possession. But again, nice check. A little bit of a dive there by Spain's player. You like seeing them stick with it. Oh, towing the line there for Croatia.
The ball stayed in bounds. The player number 6, the long pole from Team Croatia.
Number 8
Luka
there.
Korov, number 6, Luka Korov did a great...
Ivanic, Timothy Patrick, great
Ivanic.
job there. Showed us he's got ballet in his future as well. Towing the line there, quite nice. But again, this is what Croatia needs. Smart defensive play there, pulling it back up. Really some nice movement here. I like seeing this. Working off the top side here.
Timothy Ivancic, our hero from the last play. He's playing lacrosse for 18 years. He's also doing some ice hockey and volleyball. And he's also in his free time an ex-throwing instructor. So maybe ballet will be the next.
Exactly, multi-talented man, correct? Multi-talented man. And watch them work the ball around. Again, very nice from X. I like that move. You know, demonstrating a great left-right movement right there from number 13 from
Brennan, one of the Brennans, Michael Brennan, number 13.
And then that type of motions, I think, is very strong. Moving left to right. They've identified the shorties. Don't seem intimidated. I like seeing this. So number 9 now for Croatia.
Dominic Eric is now bringing the ball up the field, trying to find some weak point at the defense. Passes the ball to Ryan Gorup, the 2 goals scorer for today. And Gorup goes down, shoots, but it wasn't a
little tough. Smart by Bain, quick. I love seeing the midfielders get out there. Look at the fast break on that. And what a play by the defender there. You see the goalkeeper defender where you gotta give what credit is deserved to Croatia, not just getting back out, but the smart play there. They get back, they deflect the ball, the goalkeeper quickly moves it back up. But then the hidden play, and turnover there. That is a top of Croatia.
Now we're playing kind of the ping pong game, like the ball moves left and right, left and right.
I think Spain just called a timeout to maybe bring a little bit less to the ping pong.
So that's the very good call from Team Spain, just to lower the pace a little bit, have some air breathing, and be a little bit calmer. About 3.5 minutes left in the third period, so 3 minutes of just time flowing, and in the last 30 seconds the time will be stopped at every whistle. The score is now Spain 8, Croatia 3, and we'll be back soon after the timeout for Team Spain.
Player falling there, maybe looking for a call. Not going to happen. Now Politano seems to be where they would want to have the ball. They get the pole on it for Croatia. Backing back. We see a little bit of an invert here. He's running back with a long pole on him. Nice move on the dodge there.
and a shot. He decided to finish the play by himself. Matthew Sarias shoots the ball on the closer pipe, but the head of the goalie, Tomasz Trgo, is right in the perfect place to stop the ball for coming in. So the great job from either side. Matthew Sarias with a great dodge from the behind, and the great job for Tomasz Trgo with positioning himself.
For teams when they try to dodge from X is making sure someone backs those shots up.
Yes, somebody should
because
move
there's a little
from
bit
the
of confusion. It's why sometimes you see two men back there running the pick on there. What a nice give and go play by Croatia.
And
what a play!
Finish.
Number 3 from Croatia.
Luka Kukulecha scores the goal after a great individual play, just cutting through the defense, switching his hands and finishing clearly and beating the second goalie from Team Spain, number 30, Darrell Richie Hunter. So
These are critical hours
wow.
for Spain. You know, now see when a team turns, you've seen Croatia rattle off some goals. You know that the pressure mounts up. It should be interesting upon the face about, depending on who wins, how they approach this on here. But certainly in Croatia's favor right now, momentum looks in their favor.
And lead of Team Spain is slightly being cut off goal by goal now on 4-game difference.
Excellent ground ball work there, not giving up. The clamp was won by Spain, but Croatia stays with it, strips the ball down, and picks it back up.
Number 10, Luke Rogic Horish-Blight picks up the ball and moves it up the field and now passes it behind the goal to one of his teammates, Ryan Gorup, then to Michael Brennan. And to John Brennan, his brother.
But then John holding the ball right now, sweeping downward. They need to be patient. I think that there's no move on there with 1:06 in the third. There we have the look there. Nice little give and go there. I like seeing that there, though. That was
shot by John
That
Brennan.
was exactly what you want to see. You see a little give and go action. They make the goalie move on there. A little bit off the mark, but exactly the type of play you want to see here. 50 seconds left over in the third period.
And I love what is Team Croatia playing now. It's what we said about, first of all, having the ball in their sticks and doing nice shots by number 32, Ryan Gorup. They were backing their shots. They were having a long possession and many scoring opportunities. Unfortunately, they didn't beat Spaniard's goalie even once.
I have to be candid with you. I think it was a little bit by Ryan Goodhope. I think a little bit rushed there. They had time on the clock. They've been such a good job of moving people. Spain's nice slash to the goal. Great short six deep midfield by number 11, Christian Katovic. Wonderful job by the Croatian goalie here. I think he just lets it rip. He doesn't want.
But the ball is now being passed
back and forth.
Back and forth. And we end the third quarter of the game with the score Croatia 4, Spain 8. Short break between those two periods, and now we'll be heading to the final one, the last 15 minutes of the game time between those two countries. Wow, it's getting more and more interesting since the...
I think this goes to show you, we talk about this quite a lot with kids at the youth level, and when we talk about lacrosse, that it's not about rankings, it's about execution. And what Croatia has shown us as the field's headed down there, they can execute. And upon winning the face-offs, they've made sure they take care of their opportunities. And the last possession wasn't quite what they had shown us 3 possessions earlier, where they're capable of driving, skipping the ball very quickly, and that, quite frankly, is fundamentally solid lacrosse. Very, very happy to say.
But the Team Croatia just started creating more and more opportunities, more and more scoring occasions. So that's what we love to see from both sides. And the score is now also still the 4-goal differential isn't something you can repair very quick, but we're in a lacrosse game, so we can score 4 goals like in 10 minutes and you get 15.
This is the challenge for a lacrosse coach, right? So if you're Spain's coach, you're telling them take your darn time, run a very slow possession, aim for the pipe, so we want to grind an offensive possession. If you're Croatia, you're almost telling your players the same exact thing you're telling them. There is more than enough time to score 4 goals. We don't need to quickly prove anything. Stick to fundamental lacrosse. A lot of lacrosse to play here. Very excited to see how these two teams execute in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and what's also beautiful in this game and in almost every game during the European Men's Lacrosse Championships Wrocław 2025 are the fans. We can hear the the Spanish fans. Now on the other side we see the Hrvatska fans. It's what we love. We can see this.
A little bit of tension in the stand. We can see the tension on there. We like seeing the Croatian flag out here.
The checkered white and red flag, which we love to see here with the.
You know, Martin, my first time in Poland playing. Oh, nice face-up win by Spain. What a save by the goalkeeper of Croatia.
Good shot.
Really keep it on there.
Luis Ferrer, but now
you know,
Thomas Trgo.
Again, this is where the international clock and clear goes on here. You get Spain winning it cleanly, but Croatia able to quickly move it right back down off a fast possession. You want the goal from Spain, but at the same time, the coach is looking at it saying, I just want a long possession and kill some clock here. This is the challenge of working with any player. Certainly not a bad shot from Spain, just as the dice roll, so to speak. And just as soon, Croatia comes down there. I believe that was John Brennan comes down, hits a pipe, back the other way for Spain. And these are the sort of shooting percentage opportunities you talk about that each team probably wants to grind a little bit, sit down on a possession, but it's hard to tell a player either wants to put the game away or come back, not to take those opportunities.
Yes, sometimes it's just so obvious. You can see the spot of the free net and you just wind up and then you know it wasn't a good decision.
The coaches will always say, that was a terrible play unless you make that play happen. And that's just the reality of it.
Yes, and in our players' eyes, it's always looking as the best opportunity to score if we take the shot.
Nice move there by number 8 from Croatia.
But for now, Matthew Napolitano Arias just outplayed his defender and took a shot, but it goes wide. So the ball stays in the Spaniards' sticks.
I do like the way that the Croatian defenders are communicating. I've watched them go under picks, making sure they stay on people. There is solid communication on their defense. Playing man defense in these sort of tournaments, you don't know many of the players or you've had as many reps. It's quite impressive to watch them. What an interception by Croatia's goalkeeper. He has certainly earned his keep today. Really held them in there. A couple up-close shots he stopped. Patient on the clear. I'm hoping that they can maintain this level of patience even as the minutes wind down. It's only a 4-goal disadvantage.
And now the team Croatia is patient.
21 for Croatia, a little bit close to his goalkeeper. You like seeing the players hit their short sticks there. He's going to step it over there, take the advantage on there. Again, patience.
And a timeout for Team Hrvatska, yes.
Team Hrvatska recognizes the opportunity there. They just take the timeout. They got the ball down there. Do not want to lose these possessions. It's important that they continue to incrementally close that gap as they head down there. They've proven the ability to win on the face. If they can get another goal down here, it's a 3-goal game. Certainly that's the goal here. If you're Spain, I've got to imagine their coach is teaching win back the possession.
As we look even at the scoreboard, it's like the first half, the first quarter in this game was like really dominated by Team Spain because like we had an 8-0 for Spain, and not in the first quarter, but during the first 20 minutes of the game, it was 8-0 for Team Spain, and then we have 4 unanswered goals for Team Croatia. So the teams has just changed a little bit the way they play. In the first quarter, a little bit of the second quarter, the Team Spain was dominating with every aspect we said. They were shooting, they were getting ground balls and having the balls in the stick, and now for the last 15 or 20 minutes, the Team Croatia is getting back into the game. They're scoring, they're keeping the ball maybe not so often as Team Spain, but they're also taking their time with the possession of the ball. So I think the game may grow more and more interesting since we have
you have played quite a few caps internationally, you know, and I think what you notice in these tournament plays is, especially later as the play goes, you don't know the energy level of a team.
Yes.
It's so hard to say. Croatia's showing us energy right now. They're coming
That's
at
the
it.
so-called momentum of the game, yeah? That's like when you score 3 or 4 unanswered goals, when you're on the run, you just
I love
feel
seeing the
so much
offensive
better.
flow here. Their guys off the ball. I've grown to really appreciate having the call in an England game here.
And
What a
13,
goal from
oh,
Croatia! Number 13 of
Brennan, Michael Brennan, once again, that's what we said about. Now Croatia is on their scoring run. They've got 5 unanswered goals now. And yes, that's what exactly what we talked about.
But
the
if
momentum.
you watch the off-ball movement there, this is such a key, and teams I think have underestimated down here. As the people are moving, you can't slide. He creates an opportunity there to get his left hand free to swing it around the goalie. Beautiful goal there from Croatia. We are within 3. We have a game here. This is what we want.
Yes, the Croatia is now like the boxer who had like 2 or 3 knockdowns, but he stands again. He stands on his feet and trying to beat his opponent, and it really looks great when they're just coming back to the game. Let's see how will Spain interact now, because I think also when the time is going on, I think the players from Team Spain are just being worn out.
It's always
and
impossible, as you've played these international competitions and know this so well. You feel the clock. You begin to maybe not play as loose offensively. You're trying to put a team out of the way. You stop taking maybe shots. You know, the advantage of having a big league is you just start letting the ball rip. In Spain, they just need a solid offensive opportunity here. They don't want a quick possession. And
but that's what we have been talking about in the first half of the game, that the Spaniards were having a lot of ball time and they were just making Croatian players more and more tired. And now when the situation is opposite, the Spanish players are getting a bit tired and they're struggling to, like now they're struggling.
A beautiful de-twigging by Croatia's defender. I also love the unappreciated art there. The goalkeeper lets it go. What is the call here?
Slash. That's a slash goal.
Croatia draws the penalty here. So we're going to go get an offensive possession with the free clear on here. A costly mistake by Spain as they're trying to get back here. You know, international lacrosse.
No, unfortunately it was a... no, I can't see who is going to the penalty box now.
Napolitano, I believe is. Okay. Napolitano is going over to the box. That's costly for Spain.
Yep.
Great opportunity for Croatia here. 8-5. They want to capitalize on this. Bring it within 2 with almost a little bit under 10 to play. As a reminder, international lacrosse, those final 2 are stoppage time, so we are running clock until then. But certainly as the game goes down, what a stop by the Spanish goalkeeper.
Number 10 from Team Croatia was shooting ball.
But the ground ball work, unable to keep possession. You see the fight and wonderful scrap for the ball here. Everyone's going around. They recognize the opportunity.
Oh, there was a push.
A little bit sloppy on Spain there. I think it's going to go against them. Came on there. Croatia, I believe, will maintain possession. So important not to hit somebody from the back in these scenarios. Croatia now still sitting here.
Croatia are having their team men up and taking their opportunities.
Off
shot
a
by
pipe.
Dominic Eric. Yes, it hit the pipe, but it was a great shot, great offensive play. So let's wait a little bit.
Still here. I think a tough shot by number 33 from Spain. So.
And we're heading the other way now. The penalty
is
Spain,
released. So important. They need a release penalty. I think they need to show patience here. They have a 3-goal lead. It's a running clock with 8 minutes to go. They don't even need another goal this game. I know there may be boring lacrosse, but certainly it's winning lacrosse. This is just the reality of it. Next year with the shot clock, different conversation. But right now, I think for Spain, it's about possessing the ball. If they want to get a look, but the coach is telling me, unless you have a great look, I don't need... And Napolitano says, I'm better than your commentary, which is perfectly fine. Beautiful shot. Shows a skip off the ground.
So that's the quality player. Like, you know that you should have been more patient. You know you should have kept the ball. But if he sees the opportunity and if he can use it and score,
and it's what you expect the best players on anyone's squad to do. Quite reality is that us sitting in the booth, we can talk
But there's
statistical, but the best players are the ones who are playing and putting the ball in there, and quite a beautiful shot.
And it's also his responsibility. He's taking it while taking a shot. He says, I know what I'm doing. I'm taking the effects of the action. Yeah, either I'm scoring or either I'm giving the ball away and letting our team to be
Four-goal
down
lead,
with
but
another goal.
Croatia wins in a very important phase. There is still 7 minutes to play here. A lot of lacrosse to play. I think it just becomes important that Croatia settles back in. They've done such a good job on their offensive possessions. As you mentioned earlier, ran off 4 or 5 goals straight, unanswered. They have the ability to put these goals in. Just nice and patient. We have a shorty-on-shorty matchup here for Croatia with number 10 from Croatia, Luke Rogic. Oh, what a stop by the Spanish goalkeeper.
And to be honest, now it would be difficult for me to choose the man of the match between Matthew Napolitano, who scored a lot of goals, and number 15, the goalie, Paul Alexandro Walter Diaz, who's also making a tremendous job by saving all of those
Interesting
shots.
call. He called withholding, I believe. I believe that's a withholding goal. Yes, goalkeeper did try to keep it down, used to holding it around the cage and inside of the crease. A smart call from the ref there. Free clear.
We've got 6 minutes left on the clock in the 4th period of the game, so in next 4 minutes the time will just flow, and the last 2 minutes the time will be stopped.
Michael Brennan with the ball, working it back around. We have Christian Katovic.
Yes, Christian Kapitanovic now on the ball. But no, he passed it to number 9, Dominik Eric. And we can't wait towards the
nice pick there. You like seeing the little off-ball work. Now, this is where they've done well.
It was a
what an intercept. It was the thought was there. You could see what they were looking at, and an intercept from throwing it over. But excellent ride there. You like seeing that type of ride. Croatia's unable to capitalize on what is Napolitano taking the ball into his own hands. I think he's making sure.
Borja, yes.
That is some excellent work.
Bota, not Borja, excuse me. I was also seeing the player number 1, John Bota, who's also one of the best goal scorers, floating around the goal guarded by Tomas Trgo, and I was just pretty sure that Napolitano will see Bota too and pass the ball to him, and Bota.
But you see the confidence, right? You said earlier, and I think my my younger son would always use a player's going to play type thing. When your best player steps up, Napolitano recognizes, I'm going to take this down, draws the slide, finds the open man. It is excellent movement there.
So the score is now Spain 10, Croatia 5, as the Spanish team bounces back and make the lead a little bit bigger.
And I like what we just saw right there. Spain's attackman recognized, okay, we've popped in 2 goals. Let's settle it in, make our change. There's no rush. There's 4 minutes left. We do not go to stoppage time until 2. I'm interested to see how well the refs watch for a stall call here. This should be interesting as we work ourselves down. 5 goals, you definitely see Croatia going at that.
Yes, cruising down, and he had a great opportunity to score the goal to make the lead of Team Spain bigger, but he missed the goal. But the ball still stays red.
Spain coming down here, a nice little dodge look. A beautiful looking feed, just a slight tad off from the. Timothy Buddha, I believe, fell down. I don't know if they caught him in the cage or they caught a penalty. I'm a little bit.
No, I think he was just too much looking at the Spanish football players. Just trying to lay a bit on the ground. It's not buying you time in lacrosse. It doesn't look like that.
I'm waiting for someone to come out with a little icy cold spray there, play it out. But, the look here, they've just demonstrated the ability to freeze that comeback. Long offensive possession, that's what you need in these type of opportunities. There's no need for any more Spanish goals. It's 10-5, 2:50 to go. Just go through there, make sure you have a quality opportunity. I like the man-up opportunity here from Spain.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yes, the end one. Another pass.
Demonstrating the patience, demonstrating the beautiful patience. Napolitano, again, you would call that a possession shot back in the States. He's got a man behind the goal in that scenario. He can let that one go. He's not hurting their ability to run the clock.
But during this man up, now they're even, but they were just.
And the goal then from number 25 from Spain. That would
Fernando Martinez, number 25. He plays for Madrid. He's the captain. We were talking about him. He's on the team since 2014.
And the Spanish fans giving us a little bit of the away chant. I got the flag waving here. And this is a demonstration of that little variance that I think it's underappreciated. You can see that Croatia made a run. Spain recognized, and once they stemmed the run, they were able to really come back. Nice patient offense, grounded down a couple possessions.
Team Croatia just grabbed their momentum, grabbed their moment, utilized this for scoring 5 goals, but Team Spain is still now a little bit better and playing Lacrosse, but we have a flag.
Down.
We're down in the last 2 minutes of this match, so the time will be stopped at every whistle. And as we said before, we have a penalty against Team Spain, and number 23 is going to the bench. Luis Koderke will be sitting down for a moment.
So
and
6-goal lead on here. I don't know if that's necessarily realistic, so I think maybe for Croatia it's more important to have a good possession opposed to a quick possession, right? You know, it's always tough to tell your players. They see the scoreboard, they want to have it on the board, but I think I'd rather see Croatia show they could demonstrate the ability to score this man up.
Yeah, just play it good, guys. Just no matter if you can make it.
What a save by the Spanish goalkeeper. 2 good looks from Croatia. You got to give Spain's goalkeeper a credit there. That was a point-blank stop from there. I do like the move. Oh, nice little check on the crease man by Spain, preventing him from putting it right on there.
I liked how number 3 from Croatia, Luka Kukolecha, was just cruising behind
Ball
the goal.
down.
Oh, and great pressure put on the goal.
Let's see, open goal. Oh, error. So
Such
challenging
pity,
when there's an open goal. It is so tempting. We saw one today during the Poland game. Goalkeeper tried to take a flick there. And a reverse of the feed, just beautiful
Bota
work by Spain.
Yes, Bota just took his time and passed the ball to Antonio Lorente, who was in such a better position.
And Spain demonstrating just, you know, when we talk about the variances between teams, it's not usually major items. It's little execution plays on there. And Spain showing that confidence that demonstrates the patience to put the ball back in there. You see the feed. Maybe a player that's not as confident tries to throw it in from the right-hand side, but instead cross-crease pass, beautiful feed in there, open goal. Quite nice work from Spain.
It was a great decision made by John Bota, who decided not to take a shot from the wild angle. He just moved a little bit and passed it to his teammate with number 22, who just capitalized and made it
Another face-off win here from
Antonio
Spain.
Lorente. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. Now we have a 7-goal spread here, 12-5, Spain over Croatia. I think for the Croatian players, it's important to finish out strong here. You don't want to pick up a dumb penalty in the final 30 minutes. Mars the hard work you do here. You want to play aggressive but smart.
They will just keep the ball in. Probably
Spain,
they won't try to shoot the ball. We've got only 14 seconds left. So I think the wisest thing you can do now is just to keep the ball inside, walk it around like now, yeah. 5 seconds. Not to do shots like that.
It's okay. Still, give credit to Croatia where it is, although we're finished up with the score of final of 12-5 in Spain's favor. I think that Croatia showed us they have the skill to go on there, some things to go home and work on, but certainly as the rounds progress, they are not to be taken for granted.
Yes, so the game ends and now the teams are lining up to thank each other and thank the referees, but please don't turn our streams off because we have Summer Cisco here who will be doing the post-game interviews, so just do not turn the stream off. She's gonna talk with the players, one player from each team, and talk about how did they perform and how they feel about the game in today. Also remember to watch our game studio at the end of the day, and we also remind mind about what said Anthony Katagas, the Greece goalkeeper, a few days ago. That's going to be a great tournament of lacrosse sixes in Saloniki in Greece. So thank you very much. It was a great game to watch. 12-5 between Spain and Croatia. Thank you very much. This was Marcin Janiszewski here.
Dano Czerniawski, it's a pleasure speaking with everyone, and take care.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
I'm joined here on the sidelines by Miguel Fernandez of Spain after they defeat Croatia 12-5. Miguel, what helped you and your team play so well today?
Well, we were focused. We came with a lot of energy to the field. We knew it was a very important match for us, so we came to give everything in the field.
Awesome. Now, we've seen the relationship that you guys have with your fans. They're waving the flag, singing songs on the sidelines. How does that sort of reflect on the way that you guys play?
Oh, we love it. It gives us so much energy, and I think we have almost one of the biggest people here just cheering, and it's just amazing. We really appreciate it.
All right, now tomorrow we're looking at playing Switzerland. You haven't had the chance to play them yet, so how are we going to prepare for that game?
Oh, like we always do. We will just focus, talk between us, and just, you know, trust each other and get ready for tomorrow, relax, etc. Yeah.
Awesome. One more time here with Miguel Fernandez from Spain as they defeat Croatia 12-5 here at the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championships.
Let's go.